Imagine being arrested for a crime you didn't commit. One of the conjoined twins is sent to prison, while the other walks free. That's exactly what happens in this unbelievable story.
Seriously, Walt, visiting hours are over in 10 minutes. Let's wrap it up.
Bob and Walt Tenor are conjoined twins, though they couldn't look more different. They live in a small seaside town where they run a diner and work as cooks. Thanks to their perfectly synchronized teamwork, they can handle big orders with ease. Their waiter, a slowpoke named Bullet, isn't exactly the best employee. Not only does he mess up orders, but he even spills food on a customer's pants.
Oh, you idiot! Those are my good pants!
When the angry husband confronts Bob and Walt, he tells them to stop hiring idiots.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Rocket, you see that door over there? Would you kindly escort this freak through it?
The twins agree and tell Bullet to take the rude customer outside.
Would you like those root beers to go? Ah!
Besides running the diner, the brothers also play on the local hockey team. And they're unbeatable as goalkeepers. Bob spends his free time chatting online with a girl named May.
Hey, Romeo, how about you invite your friend May out for a visit this spring?
But he's too shy to invite her over. Walt, being the confident one, pushes him to talk to other women.
Oh, come on.
He reminds Bob that if he ever meets someone, he'll have to introduce his brother immediately. But when Bob finally tries, he ends up saying all the wrong things.
I'm sorry that came off wrong. It sounded like you're some kind of skanky whore.
So the charming ladies' man Walt steps in to save the moment.
Can I join you for a drink?
Sure.
Hi, I'm Walt Tenor.
Dear May.
The brothers' interests start to drift apart when it comes to acting. Walt has been performing in local theater for 9 years, but Bob gets panic attacks just thinking about being on stage.
It's 9 years in a row. I don't want to go on stage.
While Walt easily slips into character, Bob, dressed in a black suit, sweats nervously and struggles to keep up.
They think I was there for the intellectual stimulation.
As kids, they promise to always support each other and never get in each other's way. That teamwork helped them dominate in baseball and even in the boxing ring. Now, their bond is about to face a real challenge. Walt dreams of moving to Hollywood to become a professional actor.
What? Hey, I think I got the chops for it. You saw those people last night. They were moved.
Bob, frustrated and scared, tries to back out, but obviously that's not an option.
Who are the last conjoined twins who were nominated for an Oscar?
Walt insists Bob could at least be his stunt double for dangerous scenes. Time isn't on their side either. Walt's liver is smaller, and he's aging faster. The brothers realize they have to make a choice soon.
Okay, Hollywood. But you're gonna owe me big time for this.
The whole town gathers to say goodbye to their local heroes as Bob and Walt head off to sunny California, checking into a cheap motel to start their new life. Coincidentally, May also lives in Los Angeles. Walt suggests calling her, but Bob hesitates. First, Walt wants to get a tan so he doesn't look pale and sickly for auditions. At a motel barbecue, they meet April, a friendly woman who's been living there for 2.5 years.
Hey, you guys are stuck together.
At first, she assumes the twins are joined by choice, but when she learns the truth, she suggests they look for acting jobs through newspaper ads.
Yeah, you don't even need an agent with that thing.
One listing is for a Robin Hood role, but when the director sees the conjoined twins walk in, he thinks it's a prank.
But he will not bend this merry band.
Every other audition ends the same way, with rejection.
No.
Life in the big city isn't easy. One day, Walt even forgets Bob outside the bus. That night, Bob cheers him up, reminding him they've only been there for 2 days.
You're a great brother, Bob.
Yeah, I know.
The next morning, they search for an agent, but the only one willing to help them lives in a nursing home. On their way back to the motel, they spot Meryl Streep.
Sorry to interrupt your lunch. I know this is completely inappropriate, but...
Walt can't resist going up to her, blurting out nonsense, and even inviting her to hang out at their motel.
Feel free to just come by any time.
Okay, I'll keep it in mind.
Meryl Streep had once visited their hometown, and after a painfully awkward conversation, Walt finally remembered where he'd seen her.
Homecoming 87? Oh my god, I was at that game! It was you!
Later, April casually asks if the twins have ever thought about separating.
If you guys ever considered, getting separated. There's a lot of great plastic surgeons here.
After all, Los Angeles has some of the best plastic surgeons in the world. The problem is, Bob's liver is large enough to make the surgery safe for him, but for Walt, the risk of death is 50%.
Oh God, no, I don't blame you for not doing that.
While Walt is in the shower, Bob hides behind the curtain wearing a raincoat. Just then, their agent Morty calls with great news. Walt has landed a role.
Do you hear that, Bob? I'm a working actor. Great!
Walt, excited to surprise his brother, sets up a curtain to give Bob some privacy. But Bob is so nervous that he crawls under the bed and starts hyperventilating into a paper bag.
Oh God, how could you? How could you?
Meanwhile, May drives straight to the motel, completely unaware that Bob has a very close relative attached to him. Bob is so self-conscious about his body that he's even cropped Walt out of their photos.
That is really, really great.
Panicking, the twins sneak out through the window and meet May at her car.
Hi, Bob.
Hop in.
To keep their secret a little longer, they decide to grab some food at a drive-thru instead of going inside a restaurant. Bob refuses to get out of the car and tell May the truth. Having 3 people on a date, especially when 2 are physically connected, gets awkward fast. Eventually, Bob decides to confess everything, but before he can, May has a panic attack.
I can breathe.
Oh my God! No! You're having a panic attack. Here, breathe.
She thinks the weird behavior means Bob doesn't like her. Later, when Walt falls asleep, Bob quietly apologizes for his brother tagging along.
Sorry, to have Walt here tagging along on our date.
Despite the strange situation, Bob and May genuinely connect and enjoy each other's company. When the date ends, May asks Bob to walk her to the door, but once again, Walt literally gets in the way. Still, the couple share a sweet kiss, even with Walt awkwardly standing inches away.
Good night, Bob.
Night, May.
Meanwhile, in another part of town, Cher is furious at her agent for making her play a gay lawyer on a new TV show.
Because you signed a contract.
The contract is already signed though, so she has no choice but to accept the role. At that exact moment, the Tenor brothers walk into the studio. Walt, a huge fan, asks Cher for an autograph, but she rudely turns him down.
I'll be for an autograph.
We're busy.
Right, okay.
Frustrated with her situation, Cher hatches a plan to get out of the deal. According to her contract, Cher can choose her co-star.
Yeah, so what?
I just found my leading man.
So she decides to pick female conjoined twins, figuring the producers will cancel the show immediately. Meanwhile, Bob shows up for another date with May, once again with Walt in tow, who's just been cast as the lead in Cher's new series without even auditioning.
Oh, yeah, that's incredible.
A deranged guy who believes May is his girlfriend shows up and threatens Bob.
Let's go, come on. No, you stay out of this. This is between him and me.
He tries to punch him, but every time Bob falls, Walt gets dragged up with him, confusing the attacker. Finally, the guy gives up and storms off, calling Bob weak. Later, May invites Bob to dance, and Walt and April join in. Everything seems perfect until the girls go to the restroom. That's when the same chubby jerk returns with his friends.
Holy shit!
She's cheating on you with a circus freak.
Mocking Bob and Walt when they realize the brothers are conjoined. The insults go too far this time. Fed up, the twins unleash their signature move, paired kung fu. And wipe the floor with the bullies. The producers have figured out Cher's plan, but they refuse to cancel the show and instead agree to her terms. Old Morty has negotiated a deal for his client that sounds straight out of the 1950s.
$1,250?
Per show.
$1,200 per episode. His brother, his appendage, will settle for $50 a week. Filming is going so well that Walt's character, Detective Mac B, is always framed perfectly on the right side of the screen.
Bob, you're telling me you're cutting.
But Bob keeps messing things up. Even the paper bag he was breathing into ended up caught on camera.
You have to stay out of frame.
This has happened 10 times in a row now. Wanting to sabotage the project, Cher suggested that Bob rewrite the script.
Hey, the kid's right. This script sucks.
Meanwhile, the strange encounters with May continued. This time, Bob pretended to be sick while Walt hid inside a giant teddy bear.
Is that why he got you the big teddy bear?
The brothers' friends gathered to watch the pilot episode of their detective show.
Firewater. Hey, you see that? That was Bob. Where? He was right there for a second.
In one scene, Bob hid behind an actress, and in another, only his shoulder and nose were visible. The studio eventually figured out how to make Walt disappear completely.
The camera picks up every color except for blue. So, Bob, you see, to the audience at home, you don't exist.
By dressing him in a blue suit that made him invisible to the cameras. A critic later praised the show's witty dialogue and newcomer Walt Tenor's strong performance,
It's a raise, guys!
which more than made up for Cher's bland acting and the weak direction. Soon, a crowd of fans gathered outside for autographs.
Aw, shit, it's just Cher.
But not for Cher. They wanted Detective B.
Hey, lady, can you go get the bees for us?
When May came to visit the sick man, she was shocked to find him in bed, naked, with Walt. That's when it became clear. They weren't brothers, but lovers.
You're not brothers, you...
Oh no, May!
With nothing left to hide, Bob finally revealed the piece of flesh that physically connects him to his brother.
Oh my God.
Walt tried to calm his brother down, but soon after, someone leaked Walt's secret to the press, and all the sponsors backed out of the project.
Dr. Walt Tenor of Honey and the Bees is actually a conjoined twin.
The senile Morty advised them to deny everything and claim there was only one of them, but April convinced Walt to come clean. So, the brothers appeared on the Jay and Lena show and gave a candid interview.
Please welcome Walt and Bob Tenor. Come on out here, guys.
Meanwhile, it turned out that Cher's new lover was a teenage boy named Malcolm Frankie Muniz.
What? Go to sleep. You got a geography test tomorrow.
The brothers started appearing publicly and doing commercials. Walt seemed to be enjoying the fame, but Bob was still heartbroken over May. His brother tried setting him up with a blonde.
Say hi to
Stop
her.
it! I said I don't want to. What is the matter with you?
But Bob freaked out and ran off. That night, he looked at a picture of May and pleasured himself. Realizing he was standing in the way of Bob's happiness, Walt suggested they finally go through with the separation surgery.
You crazy? I've never seen you happier. You have a career.
Bob, however, refused. So Walt decided to cut loose. He got drunk, got high, and ended up at a strip club.
This is crazy. I should be driving.
The harassment of the girls ended abruptly when someone sprayed pepper spray right into Bob's face.
She's got a mate!
In the chaos, they accidentally grabbed a woman's purse and ran. Eventually, the brothers were arrested.
I can't pin anything on you, so we gotta let you go.
Since Walt was a celebrity, he managed to get off the hook, but Bob had to spend the night in jail for drunk driving.
Hey, Hollywood. How's it feel to be a free man?
The irony? He hadn't even been drinking. He and Walt just shared the same body. The two were locked up on opposite sides of the bars, arguing through the metal. The next morning, Bob demanded an apology.
Yeah, you better run.
He ended up punching Walt and trying to escape, but of course nothing worked. The conjoined twins got into a full-on fight, and afterward, Bob finally agreed to the surgery.
I'll do it if it's what you really want.
That evening, May showed up at their motel, asking to talk privately, meaning with both of them.
I mean, just the three of us?
To give them some privacy, Walt put on his iPod. May apologized for how she'd reacted before.
I'm ashamed of myself.
She'd thought long and hard and realized that Bob's condition wasn't a problem for her after all. But it was too late. Bob told her that he and Walt had already decided to go through with the surgery.
What? No!
It was something they both needed. Morty tried to talk them out of it, warning that the operation could end Walt's acting career forever.
You guys go ahead with this. You're committing career suicide.
Soon after, the brothers were lying side by side on the operating table. The girls who had been waiting for them in the hospital fell asleep in the waiting room. A doctor approached them with a grim look and said,
"We lost them. Dr. Carson, good news. We found Bob and Walt. Someone took them upstairs."
The surgery was a success. For the first time in their lives, Bob and Walt Tenor woke up in separate beds.
You look beautiful.
They were so used to leaning on each other that when they tried to stand, they immediately fell over, walking awkwardly and leaning to one side. Walt was heartbroken to learn that Bob planned to move back to their hometown with May.
Well, whose idea was it? It was both of ours.
That meant they wouldn't see each other often, but Bob had always hated city life anyway. Now separated, both brothers struggled to adjust. Walt missed Bob terribly. He couldn't even control his body properly on set. He'd spend hours sitting in the park beside a statue. Bob wasn't doing much better. He fell constantly, stood sideways at the cafe gate, and couldn't keep up with making burgers. Even Bullet teased him.
Hey, Bob! Get the lead out of your ass!
The lonely actor drifted into a nap beside the statue after watching a montage of old memories. Even Cher, yes, the same selfish diva, felt sorry for him.
You really miss him, huh?
She understood him completely. Her own young lover had just left her to go to college. Cher encouraged Walt to remember what he loved most, acting, and to get back to it. Meanwhile, Bob was about to close his cafe for good when someone played a romantic tune. It was Walt, returning with a smile and inviting his brother to go fishing. A year later, the Tanner brothers were back together again, this time stuck only by Velcro on their shirts. They'd become successful chefs and were now performing in a local musical alongside May, who was pregnant, and many townspeople, even Bullet, and the special guest star of the show, none other than Meryl Streep herself. And that wraps up the recap of Stuck on You. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Check out more videos on your screen, watch them, and make your day a little more entertaining.